clips instead of text messages, so that's just how he sends me messages now.
I hate that.
I hate it too.
All right. Well, I'm on the daily screen whenever you're good.
I am on it.
1,
and
2,
go.
3, go. Assassins can pretend they're dead. I went back and I watched a random clip from one of the episodes, just because I always like to go back and like check on the episodes once they've uploaded to make sure YouTube doesn't fuck them up somehow. And I just had to laugh because like I've gotten so used to seeing those messages that I only read them once in a while, and it totally just.
I also don't read them very often. Yeah.
Fear's the mind killer.
It's great timing.
Yeah, it's like that's really topical. Thank you.
And Nick, whenever you have a second and you're not doing the daily, look at them boys. I want you to see what my ankles look like.
That was a weird sync.
If I was in the, if it was like the 20s or something like that, we'd have a problem right now.
No, so I had to drive today, and they sent me back to the place where I got held at gunpoint, and I was really mad about it. And there was like road work happening, so I couldn't take my truck through places.
I hate when that happens. I had that a few times too.
But my truck also doesn't come with a cart, because it was like one of like the slightly smaller trucks, so I don't need a cart. But I was delivering to an apartment complex that had 13 stops. So I had to park my truck like a block away and walk back and forth and carry the packages.
Annoying.
And so the backs, as I was walking, I stepped in a puddle, so my feet got like soaked. And I was just walking on soap. I took my socks off thinking that would help. And I'm like, oh, if there's not 2 soaks, there's only 1 soak, it'll be fine, it'll dry quicker. But all that meant was I had really rough fabric rubbing on my heels for 6 hours. So my heels look disgusting. It's actually just a hole that you could there's actually a divot. It's disgusting. And also there's no steps in the truck. So it's the same size as the normal trucks. There's just no steps on the side door or the back door. So for me to get in, I legit have to get a running jump. And it's awful. And for me to get out, I have to fall and land on my hero pose land. And so my knees just hurt. And I'm like, can you please give me a truck with stairs? And the operator was like, why? And I'm like, because I'm only 5 foot. It sucks.
I'm but a small human. Please grant me this grace.
The truck that I was always stuck with, because I was the young one, was one that had a liftgate in the back for getting really heavy things in, but there wasn't a hydraulic thing to lower the liftgate, so it was just this 200-pound piece of steel they had to lower down by hand. So and that was the only. There was also a side door, so I had to try and shove stuff out of the side door if I didn't want to use the giant liftgate. This is one or the other.
My pizza rolls are under back.
So, what are you rocking? What are you rocking right now?
Grenade launcher pistol.
Grenade launcher jackhammer. It's actually pretty good.
I wouldn't hate the. Wow, that really hit me, you son of a bitch. You're damn lucky that one of your offspring dropped a med pack. I wouldn't mind a jackhammer.
It's doing all right. I did drop it right now, but you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't have minded it where I am at currently. I think something just died and it gave me HP, or not HP, bullets, because I heard a crack sound and then bullets appeared above my head. Who died? What happens?
Oops. What? Those 2 birds flew in unison, so it looked like only 1 bird. Genius.
That was a mimic. Alright, I'm down to Pizza Land.
Oh, I forgot to go!
I'm back.
What the fuck?
You had the thing for it and everything.
I had the thing! You're gonna be ahead of me by
idiot damage because I touched a man.
I touched man.
I thought he was gonna die. Double flame shotgun splinter pistol. Hi there.
Splinter pistol, yeah. That's what I'm rocking.
So, while I was on the, because like eventually I told them like either you send someone to change routes or I'm going to leave the truck doors open.
I mean, it's not like somebody hasn't already taken everything from you.
And so,
So many bolts.
they sent Cole, and Cole came and switched routes, and he like understood. He was nice. I'm like, good luck, kiddo. And but before all of that happened, I went on the road and I had to deliver to the same place where I got held at gunpoint, and I just sort of sat in the parking lot for a minute, and I was like, ah, okay. And I walked in, and the Chinese guy that like ran the restaurant looked at me. He's like, "Are you the one?" And I'm like, "Yes." And so I just left the package and I ran back to the truck. And before all this happened, I went down the street where I saw the last time where I saw the drug deal happened, and they remembered me, and so they were like, "Are you gonna call the cops?" I'm like, "Fuckers, no. I'm just gonna." Like, I'm just trying to go to the next stop. And then one of the stops was I had to go into a gas station because they were like, hey, I live above the gas station, but just leave it with the guy behind the counter and I'll pick it up. And I'm like, okay, that's sketchy,
As
but
Nick
okay.
knows, gas station people will go above and beyond for you for some reason.
Oh, yeah, they're genuinely sweet. So I went in there and I was just standing in line, and I had 5 different men approach me asking me for my number.
Jesus, what?
Are people
here's
like
the thing.
in
I
Rochester
made
just
myself-
really creepy about this sort of shit? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, well, here's another thing. Sex trafficking is really big in Rochester right now.
Okay, sex trafficking's not... Okay, there's a whole thing about that. Look into it, that's all I gotta say. It's not real half the time, but...
But
it's
I
kind
mean,
of a scare people are doing. It's a government thing. They're trying to do it to get more ability to control you, is all. It's a Patriot Act all over again.
But I made myself look like sort of cute because I was. What are you staring at, Kat? What is up there? There's
In
nothing
Canada,
up
I will
there.
say it is a real problem, though, specifically for Native women. It's
Well,
not
it's Canada.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't-
like
you don't
it's,
like them.
it's not a government thing here at all. It's like we're sitting there like, please be aware of it, because if a woman goes missing and you don't report her for like 2 weeks, she might never come back, man.
I think that golden saucer just shot a Yeti with the rocket.
But,
And it blew himself up and the Yeti.
Like, I try to make myself look cute today. Like, I wore, like, because they're like, you can wear whatever you want as long as you have, like, the vest on or the hat on. If you have one item, like, article of clothing that lets people know you're from Amazon, you're fine. And so I usually just wear comfortable clothes and wear the vest over top, but leave it unzipped because they gave me a vest, but it won't go over my boobs.
Fair.
Yeah, which is why when they're like, do you want a coat? I'm like, it's not gonna fit, but sure. But, like, I had my cute wig on, because they still don't know that I'm bald, or that I have, like, really, really short hair. Listen, I had a girl who lives in this complex pluck it, so it looked like, the front, because it's a lace front wig, so she plucked it, so it looked a little bit more natural, and I'm like, fuck yeah. So I had my cute wig on, I styled it cute, I had makeup on, I'm like, I'm gonna look cute today, it's gonna be a good day, everything's gonna be fine. And then when I saw where I was going, I'm like, fuck, I wish I looked trashy. Like, I wish I looked scuffed. And part of me is like, I should just take my wig off and nobody would talk to me.
Man, I hate to say this, but I think that if you look trashy, they might be more inclined.
That's
Because they're
fair.
like, I got a shot now.
But I was standing there, and there was a long line, because it's like the only gas station for like a block and a half, which in the city, that's a long time for you to not have a fucking gas station. And so I was just standing there waiting, and I feel a tap on my shoulder, and I look behind me, and it's a dude and his 2 friends. And he's like, hey, I was just wondering if I could have your number. And like, you don't know what I look like under here. I also have a boyfriend.
You don't know what I look like under here is such a good response, though.
And I was like, I also have a boyfriend. And they were like, oh, that's cool. I respect that. And he walked away. And then the friend came back. Like, one of the friends came back in. He was just like, yo, I know that my homeboy's ugly, so can I have your number?
Oh, that's very strong.
And I went, I appreciate the offer, but again, I have a boyfriend.
That wasn't
No,
a lie just because he's ugly.
no, thank you. And he went, all right, and he left. And then like a couple people like cash out and leave, and I walk up. A couple more people walk in, and then I hear, "Damn!" And I'm like, "Oh fuck! I know that's about me." And then I just hear, "Hey, hey, hey!" And I'm like, maybe it's like a T-Rex. If you ignore it, it'll go away.
Gold
And
man!
hey, hey, shorty. And I'm like, I know that's about me. So I look around, and he's like, hey. Well, he said shoddy. He's like, hey, you hella fine. And I went, thank you. And he's
Was
like,
this
hey,
man live in a rap music video? Like,
I don't think you understand what the ghetto is like, Tyler. And so he was like, hey, you hella fine. And I said, thank you. And then I try to like look back at my package, and then he's just like, hey, can I give you my number? I'm like, you can give it to me, but I will not call you. He was like, ow, well, I like it when they play hard to get. I'm like, I have a boyfriend.
I'm
I
gonna be
apologize.
honest, I like the initiative of can I give you my number instead of asking.
I do like that, yeah.
And so I was just like, I have a boyfriend. I'm very sorry, but I
Mess it up.
appreciate
Thank
it
you,
nonetheless.
Dear Throne.
And so
I feel that, yeah.
he was like, he was just like, oh, I get that. I can still give you my number though, and we can still be friends.
Little hunter.
I'm like, no, that's okay. I appreciate it, but my boyfriend wouldn't like me accepting another guy's number. And he was just like, all right. Well, where is your boyfriend? And I'm like, at work. He's like, well, where would he work at? And I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you that, sir.
Where he work at?
And then he was just like, oh, is he white? I'm like, I don't see what that has anything to do with it. Is he white? I'm like, well, he's Canadian.
I love that response.
That means yes.
And then like a couple people leave. Right, I finally get up there and I'm like, hey, this is for so and so. I think his name is like Tyrone, whatever, upstairs. And he goes, oh, okay, yeah, I'll leave back here. He comes in at night and grabs the package. I'm like, cool beans, here you go. And I leave. And as I'm walking, because my truck is like parked like in like, they have like a side parking lot where like bigger trucks can park instead of parking on the road. So I walk over there, and then they like, these dudes stop their car, back up into the parking lot. The one guy gets out, and he's just like, hey, Amazon. And I look, I'm like, maybe he's gonna want like, because people do ask like, are you going to this house? If so, just give it to me now. Like, it happens all the time. I'm like, hi, can I help you? And he's just like, yeah, you can help me. What's your number?
Oh my god.
And I was like, you mean
Are
the
people
Amazon?
you're just
I'm
really
like,
desperate too? Like,
and my brain, I'm thinking like, the Amazon customer service number?
that's no, you give that from now on. That's very strong.
Actually, give it for now on, yeah.
And I was just kind of like, I'm like, what? Like, customer service? Like, no, like, your number. I'm like, oh, no, thank you. And he's like, oh, I get it. He's like, you don't like black guys. I get it. I'm like,
Oh my god.
and so then I just screamed
Oh my god!
I just screamed as loud as I could that I'm a lesbian.
I'm a lesbian.
And he just like, he instantly went, oh, all right, I got that. And then he like got in his car and they sped away.
Dude, I'm in fucking hell too.
Holy shit. Where you at?
Like, first area, palace.
Alright, I just beat the throne. I'll wait for you.
I have a seeker pistol and like a super flat cannon, so I'm scared.
I thought about taking that, but I'm sick. Now instead of the grenade launcher, I have a heavy grenade launcher. That's where I've moved.
I have the opportunity of a heavy revolver instead.
I ate that, but I was considering it. Now I'm in such a situation that I'm considering taking Last Wish.
Wow.
Which is, yeah, no, I have 3 HP going into the throne too, and I'm running low on ammo. And the other choices are long arms, shotgun shoulders, and eagle eyes. So I feel like those aren't that good with what I got. So I think I'm going to take Last Wish and just get that full HP and ammo.
That's worth
Coward
it.
strat. But sometimes you got a coward.
I mean, I definitely know what that's like, yeah.
Secret pistol, please just shoot for me. Just let me hide around the corner.
I never understood why people try to flirt with people while they're at work.
They
like,
just
you
go
have to
for
be
whenever
nice.
there's an opportunity.
Yeah, I don't think that matters to them.
It's like we have to be nice. We can't tell you to fuck off.
You can totally tell them.
You can
off.
totally. Like, it won't reflect poorly if you go,
Yeah, not at
listen,
all.
they were trying to hit me up, and I'm like, I'm at work, man, and they just didn't take it.
No, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Throne got me. Even with the Last Wish with full HP.
I mean, that's
I shouldn't have
fair.
a good run for that.
Throne 2 can be a real kick in the pants if you don't have a good setup.
Yeah, I didn't have a good run for that, for sure.
I wonder what's the longest time someone's done a run. Like.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's a good old Google search right there.
That it sure is. I wonder if it's before the patch when it got harder. That probably makes sense. Loop 18.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
That was 1 year ago, so after the patch to make it harder.
That's really... That's insane, right?
Oh, there's a Google Docs of all the longest runs by character and everything. It's a really good Google
I
Docs.
love getting a flat cannon when I have super flat cannon already. Like, I get what you're doing, but... This is... I might die on just normal throne. Just
I almost did, yeah.
just throwing that out there. This is not a good setup. I should have kept the splinter pistol. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, with homing bolts? Totally, yeah.
Well, I thought that I'd get a better crossbow in here.
No, nothing ever came up.
And
Yeah.
instead, I just got flat cannon, like super flat cannon.
Oh. There's also a guy in the warehouse that I think is trying to flirt with me, but due to me being lazy, I use it to manage.
Fair.
Because, like, if we have to load the trucks, we have to, like, we can only pull one cart at a time for safety. And so he'll see me pulling the cart, and every day that I have to drive, he goes, "Hey, do you have another one?" And I go, "Yeah." He'll, like, bring me, and he'll pull it. But he only does it for me, because someone brought it up to me. Because they're like, "Hey, why does Darren only help you?" And I'm like, "Who?" And they're like, "That black kid, like the young one." And I'm like, "I don't know."
Not enough ammo. Ah!
But
So,
in my
the
mind-
longest run that I see, and in the description, it says, "Please do not post this video to the Nuclear Throne subreddit or Steam forums. I am no longer welcome there."
What?
Oh,
What does that mean?
are people just really mad at his run?
I don't. It is modded, I see, but I don't know if it's modded other than cosmetically. Maybe they don't like that.
You might just not trust it. I killed
yeah.
the throne. Oh my god.
Nice. I know, right?
Well, it was like fire super flat cannon. Wait for recharge on the shoot. Switch to seeker pistol. Wait for seeker pistol to do work. I died before I could get the HP. There was 3 HP sitting there, and I was stuck in a corner and couldn't move where the cop would shoot me, and the cop shot me anyway.
So Throne 2 as well?
I died to Throne 2.
Yeah.
Before Throne 2. I died to cop.
Right, yeah. I
did beat you by 53 points.
What? 53?
Yeah.
What could you have killed? What? I don't understand.
I mean, aside from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yeah, no, that's only 5 though.
and a rat.
Yeah, that's
Is that
5?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I got nothing for you here. Oh, I know what it is. You might have killed Throne faster than I did.
Oh, maybe
So
more boys were there. I
killed
don't know. It was a long,
his children.
maybe, but it was a long Throne fight for me too. I don't know.
I don't know. 11th isn't bad. I'll take it.
I think I was also 11th.
Well,
you
you're
son of a
14th now.
bitch. took my spot. Oh my god. I'm just gonna post this timestamped. Also, holy shit. There's a hole in your foot. You notice that? You notice there's a hole there?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
do you see the hole in my foot?
in the foot. There's a hole in your boot.
Do you see the hole in my foot?